Alright guys, shout out to StormySkies, wanted me to do the time-lapse replay of the whole canvas, and not just of the whole project, and not just the cat. So I figured I'd go ahead and do that in case anyone else wanted to see it. This is one of my recent posts, which was an older post that I just sort of adjusted and put some more images together, and I think I uploaded this to Instagram. And it's kind of fun. Sometimes I'll go through older work and I'll just sort of rework things that I'm not quite happy with. And it's sort of a good gauge to see how I handle problems differently as I go along. But here I'm just reshaping some ears and faces and coloring certain things in. These are my photo downloads. So I download all of these photos and I put them in, and then I just go one by one and I'll just start drawing whatever the photo is whatever the photo is. My fridge is so loud. I'm gonna go turn it off, but you can watch the time lapse. That was my little buddy. I love that cat. Neff, who we thought was a female cat forever. But then when we did the TNR, we were informed that it was in fact a male cat. But that's okay. And here's the Highland cow calf, who is just adorable. This was actually they're pretty tough, man. They have such funny shaped heads that it's tough to sort of figure out how to get them nice and cute the way I want to, but that's the fun in it. That's what, that's the fun part, is figuring out how to like cartoon it just the right way so that it works. And oftentimes it doesn't work. But if that's the case, then I just kind of have to figure out how to come at it from a different angle. And usually, eventually, if I spend enough time on it, I can usually get it. But I guess that's where determination comes into it. You can't fail. Like with art, you can just keep reworking something until you're happy with it. But the best part about that is you take all of the things, like if you figure out something that makes it work, that makes it cute, then it's like, oh, okay. So that's what I had to do. That's what I had to figure out. This was the little Triceratops. This was really fun to draw, and I love her Instagram. She has such cool, what is it called? The opposite of CG, not prosthetic, but that's closer. That's how my brain works. Like, that's closer. What is the word? Jurassic Park has a mix of computer-generated dinosaurs and, I say it all the time. This is a boring video. This one is a fox. This must be just a random fox that I was drawing for some reason or another. I don't think this was a tutorial. I don't think I drew this for a tutorial, but I might have. Oh yeah, these are the characters from the book that should be coming out soon. I can't wait. The latest book that I worked on. And here is my man Tim Furphy. I love his photos. Great photos. I've been trying to draw more big cats and panthers and things like that. Big cats are tough. There's something about their face anatomy and body anatomy I just find really difficult. I think I need to start from the bone structure and the muscle structure and all that stuff, because I don't have a clear grasp on it. I can fake it to a point, but I don't have a clear grasp on it. Here's some more dinosaurs. But in the back of my head, I'm still trying to think of that word that I keep forgetting. I'm gonna use Google, because otherwise you guys will be sitting here listening to me say forever. But I will definitely let this play so you can enjoy the time lapse of me trying to make these dinosaurs cute. Not live action. Come on, give me the word. I actually did this wrong. There should have been 2 horns, which is a dumb move by me, but I started paying attention to this, and since I can only see 1 there, I wasn't really thinking, and I just put the 1 in the middle when it definitely should have been 2. Practical effects. That's what I was trying to think of. Practical effects. But all my squishy brain could come up with was prosthetic. And it's not prosthetic effects. Although, in a sense, I guess it probably was some sort of prosthetic effects, because I think people had their arms and legs and kind of in a dinosaur. But that's my favorite movie, by the way. My number 1 all-time favorite movie, and it has been since I've seen it in the movie theater when I was little. It came out in 1992, so I must have been 11 years old. Yeah, I must have been 11 years old. Well, I was definitely 11 years old. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what month it came out, so. I actually really like this face. It's kind of nice to sorry. Whoops. Might have messed it up. No. Did I? Okay. This is, sometimes I go back and I just adjust things. Like this, I was just adjusting his body. And I'll do that a lot. So I'm going to go to sleep soon. So I had to turn the fan off to do the audio. And I just got out of the shower. So I'm going to go put deodorant on. But I will leave you to watch. I mean, that's a freaky face. I'm glad I changed those bug out eyes. I'm going to go put deodorant on because I'm already getting sweaty because it's way too hot. But if I have the fan on, then I probably could have put the fan on. I don't know. I'll be right back. Wonder if you guys can still hear me. I got locked out of my apartment today, so I decided to go see a movie because I have Movie Pass. I went to go see Respect, and it was really good. Aretha Franklin, legend. Oh, I gotta stop moving. It's way too hot. I've also been drawing. I had a fun time drawing these panthers. Back to this head. It just wasn't, there's just sometimes there's things that just kind of keep it from. There's a certain level of cute that I have to sort of get to. And then after I draw from the reference, I like to sort of just take a stab at drawing it without the reference and sort of cartooning it up. And it's just a kind of a fun little exercise that I do. You know, I'll do the research, I draw from the reference and sort of try to match the anatomy. But it's also important to just try to draw whatever it is afterwards. Like trying to train my brain to remember certain things. You know, remember different skull shapes and nose shapes and eye shapes, and there's just so many. Like I don't think that I'd be able to draw a giraffe freehand because their noses are so weird. They just have such strange noses, or like snouts. Snouts. This little guy was fun to draw. Couscous. Shout out to Forrest Gallant. Not that he'll ever see this, or probably even never see my drawing that I did on Instagram. Well, this drawing here that I put on Instagram, but nonetheless, I love different photographers and, you know, nature icons who just, you know, post great photos and great information on all of these creatures. I mean, there's just so many. And there's still so many that I just have never heard of before. It's never ending. And I was only about a year, maybe 2 years now, when I just decided I'm going to start just drawing animals. Like I just decided, why don't I just try to draw all the different types of animals in the world? And it was actually a great thing because people like to see it on my Instagram, and I mean, it's just really good training. It's really, really amazing training. And it gives me a chance to practice like my Disney style eyes like this because there's just so many animals. This actually did I can't remember if I posted the time lapse or if I posted this as a tutorial. I think I posted it as a tutorial. I needed a lot of work. Once I was done with the tutorial, it was a little embarrassing. Which happens sometimes. Sometimes I draw things and I'm a little embarrassed by them. You know, sometimes they're just not up to my standards. But I think I might have showed that I will go back after the fact and fix things up because the one thing about drawing so many animals and just doing it so much is it sort of just trains you to see what's wrong. And sometimes it just takes like a blink. And what I mean by a blink is sometimes it takes you to like close the canvas, come back the next day, you know, just like put it away and come back, and then you just, you know, did you ever do that? And then you come back and you're like, oh man, this looks really bad, or his face is really fat, or not fat enough. But so I think that's what I'm doing here. I'm going back and editing it and sort of just making it cute and just matching different things that I notice were wrong. Oh, and I think here I'm just trying to draw it freehand and doing a terrible job. But it's like I find it fun to sort of work through what's terrible and figure out what's terrible, and to get to the point where it's something I like. Now, I'm going to show at the end of this, I might pull up my old iPad. I'm drawing a tiger right now, and I actually like it. Like I'm starting to sort of get the hang of like big cats. You know, there's certain, I mean, they're all distinctly different, but there's certain things that are very similar. So I'm feeling a little more comfortable with them. It's a little more fun to draw them. And I'm drawing a tiger now, so I might pull out my old iPad and play that time lapse. Although I don't know how many people are going to be watching this. I feel like not that many people are interested in time lapse videos. I'm not sure. If so, leave it in the comments, because I have like so many that I just never post because I don't feel that people really want to see them. But maybe they do. I know one person. I know I can count on StormySkies to see this through. Shout out to StormySkies. I appreciate the comment. And also, for anyone else that's still hanging out, still around, if there's something you want to see or something you want me to draw or some sort of process or something you want me to make a tutorial about or anything like that, just let me know in the comments, because I'm always up for ideas. And especially even like this, this was a suggestion, but this is fun because I'm going to go to bed soon, so I don't have to get into my zone and draw. I can just kind of hang out with you guys and show you where my mind's at. So I think I drew. Yeah, this was the video that I got the comment on. I think I just posted the time lapse. It's hard to remember. It's really hard to remember. But I've had this photo for so long. It's so cute. But I knew once I started doing those eyes, I knew it was over. Because once I start paying attention to the eyes and trying to get the eyes right, then it's like everything else has to follow suit. One thing that I actually meant to say this when I was talking about the tiger that I'm currently drawing. I had a commission where I had to draw a really, really cute tiger and a dragon sort of interacting, it was very cute, and it was a great commission. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys soon. The client is going to do it in gold leaf, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. But one of the things that I learned about that job was I really need to play around more with inking, with my line work and things like that. So I've been doing some experimenting on the tiger. I used, this is a cute little frog. I love this frog. I've had this photo for a long time too. It wasn't syrup, Tinderbox. I was using the brush Tinderbox to do my line work, and it was actually really, really nice. It just has a really, really nice texture. So I think I'm going to be doing more line art. I might do a tutorial just using Tinderbox, and it actually might be fun to sort of do line work for some of these images, some of my sketches, and just do a tutorial using different ink brushes, because each ink brush, each tip, the shape of each brush just has such a different look, and it can really affect your drawing and change your drawing. Oh my god, these rhino heads are so difficult. I spend so much time on rhinos. Their head, I think I have a decent understanding enough of the anatomy of the head now to sort of make it interesting, but I gotta say, rhinos are one of the most difficult animals to draw. They're pretty much like dinosaurs. This is so close to a triceratops. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. But yeah, this was a fun tutorial, just doing the line work and then doing the colors. I still don't quite there's certain artists that I really, really like. There's one artist that I've been a huge fan of, even in college, and I'm trying to remember what his signature is. Yeah, I've been so forgetful lately. I don't know what it is. I've had a rough couple days. I had a new car for 2 weeks, and I got a chip in the windshield already. It's very upsetting. I got it, repaired. You can still see the chip, but they put the goo and stuff in it so it wouldn't break further. Hopefully it won't break further. But I don't even remember what I was talking about. Useless. Tinderbox, the brushes, tigers. I have no idea what I was. I get off track. Probably because I woke up today at I had my alarm set for 5:30 a.m. so I could be at work, drive, and get to work by 7, even though I got to work at 6:22. Because I just got up and I don't know. I didn't mean to get there that early, but I like to be prompt. I don't like to be late. I don't like to rush. I hate rushing. So I have a Patreon now, so I did some graphics. I wound up doing them actually on Photoshop, but because I do a lot of my stuff with words on Photoshop on the computer, because it stays on the computer for thumbnails and things like that. So it's a little easier to do that stuff on Photoshop. But yeah, so I think that's it. These are the rhinos. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my other. Since you're here, I will grab my other iPad. Whoops. And I will show you the tiger drawing. Oh, I didn't even check my exposure. Hopefully my exposure wasn't all over the place. So this is the tiger. I don't even know what else I have on here. I have to make sure I don't have any client work or anything. No, I don't. It's safe. So let me play this time lapse. So this is just a freehand tiger, just for fun, because it's important to kind of see. It's important to test your limits and just see what you're retaining. I do all these animal drawings and all this practice, but it's important to also find out what you're retaining and what you need to work on. Because I'll always have more than I need to work on, and definitely big cat anatomy is one of them. Their jaws are so difficult, especially the bottom jaw. It's so kind of difficult to figure out. And anytime I do tigers, they always look like Tony the Tiger. They always wind up looking like Tony the Tiger. I like a more Shere Khan type tiger, but I feel like mine always look more like Tony the Tiger. I think that's his name, from Frosted Flakes. Also, I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm actually leaning away when I swallow, so hopefully it's not that loud, because I hate that sound, and it reminds me of my old videos, which even annoy me. People always message me about them, and I'm like, I've only been doing tutorials for maybe a year and a half, so it's a lot of work, figuring out the camera and the sound. The sound is a nightmare. Remember when I used to record the video and then use a different phone? I record the video on a phone on a tripod, angled, and then I would use another phone to record the sound. It was terrible, really bad. And sometimes I'd do hours of video and the audio would just be garbage. But what can you do? That jaw, see, this jaw is so difficult. It's so hard to get this to look like a tiger. I can't remember what I did. I think one thing that helped me was I started drawing the opposite, that far side. That really, really helped. Because I think what I was doing is I just wasn't showing the whole face. It was important to show this part of his face and this part of his face, and that really helped. And here I am, sort of coloring it, but I'm still trying to figure out a nice, easy way to color. So So that's it. I haven't finished it. I don't know when I'll get around to finish it, but this is what it looks like. And I really like that brush Tinderbox. This looks bad here, but that's okay. I'm gonna eventually like color these lines in so they're not black. I don't really like just a regular black outline. But yeah, so we'll end with this tiger here. I appreciate you guys coming through. And oh, I forgot to move back for that swallow. I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys for coming through. Shout out again to StormySkies. I appreciate their suggestion. And if you guys have any other suggestions, just feel free to leave them in the comments. It's always really nice to hear from people and hear what people think. And yeah, so on that note, I'm off to bed. Keep drawing, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.